Hey everybody. I was having an interesting conversation with somebody on another video about how I said I don't think anybody should ever hit anybody, and he countered with if anybody molested his kids, he would feel within his rights to beat that person up. And I thought about this, and I don't think many people would really disagree with him there. I, however, would. I don't think that molesting someone's kids gives that person a right to beat up the molester. And I'm not going to explain why. No, actually, of course I'm going to explain why I think this. That would be ridiculous if I didn't. Now, there are two crimes in the father's eyes that the person who molested his kids committed: hurting his children and making him angry. If it's wrong to hurt someone's children or to hurt anyone else, then it's wrong to beat them up for doing it, because hurting people is wrong, period. Now, if he's beating the guy up because he's angry, then he is basically saying that it's okay to hurt someone if they make you angry. Now, the argument I always hear and agree with is that revenge won't undo the crime that was committed. The children's lives are still messed up. The molester still did what he did. And what if the molester decided beforehand that he knew he would get a beating for molesting the children, and he decided that it was worth the price? Then in that case, the beating is totally ineffective at stopping anybody from doing what they want to do. And that's really, I think, at the heart of all this, that everybody involved in the situation, except the children, of course, committed a crime because they wanted to do it. And wanting to do something, obviously, is not an incentive or an excuse for doing something that would otherwise be wrong. Like I said in my last video about anger and revenge, anger makes people blind to the consequences of their actions, and it makes them feel justified in doing anything. So how is it okay to do something in that state that wouldn't be okay to do otherwise? Would a perfectly calm person go into a rage and beat up someone who committed a crime against them or someone they cared about? No, probably not. They would still probably seek at least restitution, but I don't think they would seek revenge. They certainly wouldn't respond with violence. Violence is only the resort of someone who is out of control. And so it's all the worse when you are when you have your thinking facilities and then you are in control, to say that in that state you would be in your rights to do what would otherwise be a crime, because you don't have that out of controlness as an excuse. You are simply saying, if I want to beat someone up, I can. And that's not right, because what if the molester then says, well, if I want to molest somebody, then I can? Then I suppose the beater-upper, the violent person, would only be able to say, well, no, beating somebody up isn't as bad as molesting somebody. But they're both crimes. They're both wrong. It's not like a greater crime excuses a lesser crime. Two wrongs don't make a right, in other words. In fact, during the conversation with this guy, he seemed like a pretty reasonable guy generally, for what that's worth. I asked him what would happen if he was arrested for assault after beating up the guy, and he said that it would be worth it to have gotten the chance to beat the guy up. So he even made my point for me about committing a crime being worth the cost, kind of saying that if you pay for a crime, it's okay to commit one. I wonder if somewhere deep down, in fact, people enjoy it when people victimize them or the people they care about, because then it gives them an excuse to do the things that they really want to do, i.e. hurt people. Something to think about.